Hey guys, what's up? We're the Bryan brothers. If you're a frustrated doubles player and you're watching a bunch of poachable balls whiz by you, if that sounds like you, I'm gonna invite you to pick up a copy of the Doubles Playbook. It's made up of 48 of our favorite plays. We've been doing this our whole career. It's made us one of the greatest doubles teams of all time. Martina Navratilova does it, Gigi Fernandez. Their favorite plays are in this Doubles Playbook. And they're the greatest doubles players of all time. They've won more slams than us. And don't just take it from us, here's Martina.
If you're playing doubles and you see all these balls whizzing by you saying, oh, I should have poached on that, that's because you didn't have a set play.
So in just a sec, we want to take you inside the Doubles Playbook so you can see if it's right for you. And you're going to see one of Martina Navratilova's favorite plays. It's called the prognosticator. If you look at other sports, all teams run plays to score. Soccer teams run plays to score goals. Football teams run plays to score touchdowns. And basketball teams, they run plays to score buckets. So when it comes to your doubles game, you can run plays to set up easy put-away volleys and overheads. We feel like singles and doubles is almost like totally different sports. A lot of times in singles, the best athlete, the biggest hitter, they dominate. We weren't the greatest singles players. There's definitely guys we cannot beat. But when it comes to the doubles court, we can chop them up because we have the playbook and we run plays. As pro players, we know this, but we play a lot of pro-ams, and the ams are always just thinking about technique. So it's a mindset shift.
Pros run plays, club players don't. And this is what you can change.
So right now we're going to take you inside the Doubles Playbook, but we're going to hand it over to Martina Navratilova, the greatest doubles player of all time. And she's going to show you her favorite play, the prognosticator. And Martina's going to be with our buddy, Will Hamilton. And Will's helped us and Martina take our plays, adapt them so you can use them in your game. So make sure you stick around after, because Will's going to go to the dry erase board. He's going to show you how to stop letting poachable balls get by, how to stop getting passed, and how to stop getting lobbed. Run plays.
There you go. Keeping the ball low and through the middle.
Keeping it low through the middle. That one was a body serve. It's sort of body or on this side of the court that you're kind of going for there.
Exactly. Either side of the body is good.
Yep.
Or then the forehand will either come this way if it's a really good serve, and if it's not that good a serve, she may go again right at my partner, which is where I want her to go.
And you hit this volley here. The ball was basically right down the middle of the court, so that was very much a poachable ball in a live match scenario,
yes.
kind of the perfect return
and
that you're looking for.
That's where, again, the height, yeah, that was a great return, by the way. And then my volley is, even if she poaches, I hit the ball so low that if she poaches, she's not hitting a high volley.
Got it.
And if she doesn't, the ball is bouncing short and low, where again, the back player doesn't really have that good a hit on the ball.
That's actually a good point. So let's imagine that you were on the other side of the court. Where would your volley have landed? The volley you hit, like, so we're just reversing it, like you.
I think it landed about here. I don't know.
So it was low, and it was just difficult for kind of both players.
Maybe a little bit deeper, but it was a low ball over the net.
Yeah.
That's where the volley, I think, needs to be. You know, there's a little window that you're aiming at over the net, and it's certainly is not much higher than about this.
Yep. So you want to keep it low, but from that ball, that one was bounced a little bit shorter than some people might expect, because a lot of times you hear volley it and have it.
Well, that's the thing. You hit a really good volley. You hit a good deep volley, and the ball's bouncing here, right? And this would be considered a good, decent deep volley. It's okay.
Yep.
But the opponent's here. The ball's bouncing right here. Bam! She's got a high ball, and she can hit it anywhere. Now I force her to take a couple steps inside the court. The ball is low. What's she gonna do with this?
Sure.
What's she gonna do with this ball? I would much rather see my opponent hitting the ball from here than hitting it from here. So the short ball, McEnroe was brilliant at that. It's the Newt volley. Kind of no pace, Newt.
Oh, Newt.
No pace, low ball, and forces you to come inside the court. Now the net is much higher for you.
Forces the returner to come in. Because one of the things you see all the time is hit that first volley, it's high and deep.
That's the worst.
And then that ball, they can do anything, but they can chuck it up. And that's what you always get like a second shot lob at the recreational level.
Exactly, and that's another thing. If you keep the ball low, you really can't lob off of that. Not very well.
Not well, sure.
It's gonna be a ball that you put away. You're not gonna hit a good lob. Again, when you're inside the court, it's really hard to lob from here.
Sure.
Yeah, it's much easier to hit the lob when you're down here.
Get under it.
And get under it. Down, up. The low ball eliminates so many options for the opponent.
Okay, so let's walk through this play step by step. You can see there's 4 diagrams here. We're gonna walk through each diagram. FYB's tech whiz Adam Szyminski is going to put them on the screen as we walk through this play. We've got a bunch of icons up here. This is our team down here. We've got the server, server's partner, villains up here, returner, returner's partner. And the play starts with the server hitting a body serve at the returner. And you want the returner moving to the right to hit a forehand. So they're going to be moving this way, but hitting a forehand. That's key. Get to that in a second. And then the server is going to serve and volley. So we can see that's the first diagram here. It's on screen there. If we get to the second diagram, this is one of the key things I learned from Martina, but this is one of the absolute best times to poach, because when you get the returner moving this way, moving to the right, but hitting a forehand, they almost always will pull that thing cross court like this. It is very, very difficult to be moving this way, but then push that forehand down the line. And because of that, it allows the server's partner to be very aggressive and poach. Do not have to worry about the down the line. Don't have to get worried being beat in the alley. So frees up the server's partner to poach. And you can see that's what we got in the second diagram here. So let's say that the ball gets by the server's partner and comes back to the server. Well, the server's partner would retreat, first of all, come back to their position. But now the server, you can see in the third diagram, has one of two volleys they can hit. And the first volley is a deep volley there. And then the second volley is a shorter volley, that newt volley Martina was talking about. Let's talk about the deep volley first, because once the returner has moved over here, they have to come back over this way a little bit to honor the open court. The server could volley over there, so they need to move over to mind that. So if you hit a deep volley, the returner will have to stop. They're moving this way. They have to stop, turn around, and hit a backhand. That is a really tough shot, a very defensive shot. So what's often going to happen is the returner is going to lob that ball. So the server would continue to close, but stop around the service line. The service partner, if they saw this, would actually maybe want to take a few steps back, drop into coverage, because that's going to be a weak lob. And the service partner and the server are now in position to hit an easy overhead and the point. Now, if the server elects to hit that newt volley, the short, low volley down the middle, then what happens is very different, because the returner now has to move forward to get to that ball, and the ball is now low below the net. So in this case, the server's partner would not drop back into coverage. They would hold their position. The server would continue to close, and they would stop in the middle of the service box. And now both the server and the server's partner are in perfect position to cover any attempted passing shot from the returner, right? Again, the ball is low below the net. They've got all the angles covered. So the trick here is just to make sure the server and the service partner are in the right position in the middle of each of the respective service boxes, so that when the returner hits up, you are able to hit down on the ball. That is an easy put away volley as long as you position yourself in the right position. And then if we come to the fourth diagram, you can see that there's just two returner icons, one here and one there, just representing the two options that you're going to run into when you use the prognosticator. So the prognosticator is just one of a whole bunch of plays that the pros or you can use to set up easy put-away volleys and overheads at the net. And if you're a serious tennis player, you compete in a USTA league or at your club, what I want to do is send you the Doubles Playbook in the mail. You can put it in your tennis bag, so you always have the playbook ready when you're about to play a match.
When the Doubles Playbook became available, I was like, wow, this is just what I'm looking for, and in fact, it was.
I purchased the Doubles Playbook. I'm a 4.0, 4.5 players at the Hunt Club where we play in Canada here. It's not very fancy, but my partner and I, we won the Mixed Double Club Championship, so that was great. And I also won the Women's Double Club Championship. Now, it's not very big. It's very small. However, it really helped me with my game, and I'm very pleased that I purchased the playbook.
Now you might be wondering, well, Will, where did the plays in this thing come from? Well, I've been lucky enough to work with 4 of the greatest doubles players of all time. Martina Navratilova, you just saw a little bit of that. Bob and Mike Bryan, the winningest men's doubles team of all time, and Gigi Fernandez. And together they have won 102 Grand Slam doubles titles. So what we did was we took their top plays and we distilled them down. We adapted them so players like you and me, mere mortals, USTA league and club players, can use them in our matches. And in here, you've got their top 48 plays.
This Doubles Playbook is fantastic. It'll teach you how to run plays so you can poach at the right times, get easy putaways at the net, and most of all, have a lot more fun. And some of my favorite plays are right in here.
Here's our playbook. It's everything we know. It's all our plays, all our tips, all our strategies, all in one. It is awesome. We keep this in our racket bag. We break it out before matches. This is our Bible. We really want you to get a copy of this.
It's everything we know right here. It's helped us win for 21 years on tour, helped us win Grand Slams, the gold medal, and we're giving you the secret. So check it out.
So the way this works is super cool, because if you flip to any page in the playbook, you'll see there's a little icon in the top right corner. This is called a QR code, basically a fancy name for a barcode like they scan at the supermarket. And you're gonna take out your phone and you're gonna open up your phone's camera. You can see I've opened up my camera. I could take a selfie right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna point my camera at this QR code. You can see when I did that, a link has popped up, and if I click on that link, it takes me to a page with a video that loads up explaining exactly how to do the prognosticator. You can see this video is about 3 minutes long.
You can just take your phone, just the picture on your phone, take it and you get a 2, 3, 4 minute discussion about this, and I just took notes on it. And every page has something that's valuable.
Look, this thing works out of the box. All you need to do is open up your phone's camera and point it at the QR code. No software you need to download. Works on an iPhone, works on an Android, works on a tablet like like an iPad or something like that. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, Will, this play was cool, but I don't like to serve and volley. How do I avoid tough volleys from no man's land? Well, we've got serve and delayed approach plays. This is all about coming forward a little bit later on the point and using an approach shot so you just skip all those tough volleys here and get yourself to the net. So one of the plays I want to highlight is called Checkmate. It's right here. It is the serve and delayed approach version of the prognosticator, which of course is a serve and volley play.
My name is Mike Kelly. I'm a seniors, very senior, 4.0 here in Florida. For the last year or so, my left knee is almost completely blown out. We're gonna have to have a total knee replacement. But I can tell you right now, if it wasn't for the playbook, I wouldn't be winning, and winning consistently even though I can barely move on the court. And actually all of the delayed serve and volley approach shots are very valuable because, as I said, I really can't move anymore. Just a couple weeks ago, my partner and I beat these two people that were 20 years younger than us, easily. They were hitting the ball much harder than us. They were serving better than us, certainly moving better than us. My partner can move a little better than I can, but not much. And we beat the crap out of them. We beat them 4-2, and they wanted a third set, but we're old people. We were pretty tired.
Now, what if you don't even want to come to the net at all? Let's say you like to play from the baseline. Maybe your volleys are a little bit so-so, but you got great ground strokes. Well, then you would use serve and stay back plays. So you just stay back to the baseline and rip groundies. This play right here is called the upgrade. It only works in the ad court. Learned it from Mike Bryan. It's one of his favorite plays, but this just lets you stay back at the baseline, rip groundies, and set your partner up at the net. And of course, it's not just about running plays when your team is serving. You can also run plays when your team is returning. How do you take the net away from like a really aggressive net rushing opposing team? Well, that's what we cover in those return plays. This one here is the parachute return play, but this one is great for neutralizing a really aggressive poacher and getting your team to the net.
I love using this play too. I call it the parachute return. You go from the ad court, you kind of hit a high return. So the poacher would be a backhand volley, providing they're right-handers. And they can't really, even if they go, they're not gonna do anything with it. If they don't go, it gives you plenty of time to come to the net or not. But anyway, you get to keep the ball away out of danger zone for the person at the net. Works great.
Now, the last thing you might be thinking is, well, Will, does the doubles playbook work if my partner doesn't have this? Or what if my partner doesn't know the plays? At my club, in my league, USTA league, play with a bunch of different partners. They're not going to know this stuff. Is this going to work? Well, the answer is yes, because Martina, Bob and Mike, Gigi, they all played with and won tournaments with a bunch of different partners. And Martina won 177 WTA titles with 35 different partners. And, the Bryan brothers, they've been playing together forever. But last year, Bob Bryan got injured. He was out for half the year. So Mike paired with Jack Sock. Now, Sock has a very different style of play than Bob. Bob's a serve and volleyer. Sock stays back at the baseline and just rips groundies, right? Well, it didn't matter because Mike and Jack won Wimbledon, then they won the US Open, then they won the ATP Tour Finals. So how did they do that? Well, it is this thing we've included in the playbook called the anticipation formula. And I'm not going to get into the details of how this works right now, other than to say it's just 3 reads you make. 2 of them are before the point starts, and the last one is during the point. You're reading what's happening during the point. And what that allows you to do, let's say you're playing with a new partner. Let's say you have no idea what your partner is going to do. Well, it doesn't matter, because if you're the server's partner here, you're just reading what your opponent is doing. You're using the formula to read your opponent, and you will know where they are going to hit the tennis ball. And that means you will know whether you should cover the alley, whether you should cover the lob, whether you should fake, whether you should poach. You're going to know exactly what to do, even if you have no idea what your partner is doing, because you are using the formula to figure out where your opponents are going to hit. So the end result is, even if your partner doesn't know the plays, even if you just met them, they're going to have no idea you're running a play, but you're still going to be able to run that play because you are now using the anticipation formula.
My favorite was the anticipation section. I found that reading that, it took a while, but reading it, and I would make notes. So I would listen to, you can listen scanning this, or you can just listen on the tape. I would listen to Will and then take notes. And then this was, I don't know, it was just an eye-opener where the ball goes, what you can do, what are the options. Now, I would read 1 or 2 play or study 1 or 2 play and then apply it afterwards. I loved it. Anticipation section is well worth it. It was worth having the playbook.
One of the great things about this doubles playbook is the anticipation formula. This helps you play well with anyone. And I play with 2 completely different partners, Jack Sock, a baseline player, and Bob Bryan, a serve and volleyer. And I've won with both of them because I've used this formula to be in the right spot at the right time.
So I'm reading this and I'm watching the videos, and I have to go play a doubles match, and so I'm playing with this guy, and I hadn't been doing really well in doubles lately. I was a little off my game. I've been playing with new people every week, and I wasn't really sharp, kind of not confident in myself. So I play with this guy, and I'm like, I'm just going to follow the doubles patterns, the pinch, the poach, what to see when this ball's hit where, maybe on the shield side versus the sword side, what I should be doing. And I'm like, I'm just going to follow this the whole match. And I played unbelievable doubles that day. And this guy who was with me, he's like, every time the ball was hit, I was in the right spot, whether I was poaching, whether I was pinching, whether I was staying. It was just great. And he's like, how are you playing? He's like, you're playing so well. It's like, I said, yeah. I said, I've just watched this thing called the Doubles Playbook. And I bought it, and I said, this thing is great. It's one of the best purchases I've ever made.
So that's the Doubles Playbook. And look, if you want to, win more doubles matches, if you want to win more points at the net, and you want to be able to do it with any partner you're playing with, even a new partner, well, I would recommend you pick up a copy of this thing. It's pretty awesome. It's kind of my life's work when it comes to doubles. And last year we released the singles playbook, and when we did that, it was $397. But the fact of the matter is I just want to get this into as many hands as possible. I printed up a limited number of these things, and for a limited time, I want to let you get your hands on it for just $67. And I'm going to include some awesome bonuses when you pick this up. There it is right there, the Doubles Playbook bonuses, and there are 3 of them. Now you can read more about them below on this page, but the first bonus is doubles at any age with Martina Navratilova. She's going to show you how to clean up your volley technique. A lot of players make this mistake where they cock their wrist, cause you to pop your volleys up. She's going to show you how to hit volleys that skid and stay low. When we sold that program, it was $197. You get it totally free as a bonus. The second bonus is Bob and Mike Bryan's complete practice program. So these are all the drills they do daily to hone their skills, their ability to execute all of their plays. You can see a list of all the drills you're going to get below in their complete practice program. This was pulled out of a program that cost $397. Also included, it's free as a bonus. And then the last one is Gigi Fernandez's Holy Grail of positioning. There's this configuration of all 4 players on the court where you and your partner are united and can gang up and sort of pick on one player. And it just gives you a massive advantage in the point. So when we sold that separately, it's pulled from a program that was $197 when it was sold separately. Also included as a bonus.
Final note, it came with a bonus section, and in here there was a couple CDs. I love the Bryan brothers. I mean, they're my favorite of all time doubles player, favorite. Although we had Daniel Nestor, who was a Canadian, and he was fantastic. Those guys are so cool. And they have a drill in there called the rip, dip, and lob. And I just have adopted this, and I've been practicing it. And they have many other drills. So to watch them practice and then to do what they're doing was really, really cool also. Yeah, if you want to improve your game, go right ahead and try the Doubles Playbook. It's well worth it.
So when you add all this stuff up, it's $1,188 worth of trainings that you are getting for just one payment of $67 today. I'm going to drop the playbook in the mail for you. I'm going to drop the Doubles Playbook bonuses in the mail. It's a 2 DVD set in there. Oh, and by the way, you also get instant online access to all of this. So as soon as you complete your order below, you do not have to wait for the mailman to bring this to you. You will have it within minutes. You're going to get an email with login information so you can get inside, start diving through the training, and you're ready for your next doubles match.
Yeah, I got the book early on, but you, as soon as you sign up, you get the electronic access to it. So here's what it looks like on the screen. There's the screen. Of course, I turned my phone around, so now I can't see what I'm seeing. But anyway, thanks a lot, Will. Again, you've done far enough more for me than I could ever tell you. And I hope to be a customer of yours for a long time, even after my knee surgery, when I will be able to do a lot more. So thanks a lot again.
We really want you to get a copy of this. So put it in your cart, check out. We'll see you on the other side.
To get a copy, just scroll down the page, click on the button, and off you go.
Now, the best part of all this might be you are not risking a single penny when you pick this up today because you're protected by my 365-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. And what that means is you can take the playbook and the bonuses for a spin for the next year. And if at the end of that year, you're like, you know what, Will, this just wasn't my cup of tea, well, then no worries. You can have all your money back, $67 back, and you don't even need to send the playbook back to me. You can just sort of, give it to somebody else that you think will get more out of it. So that's about it. All you got to do is scroll down this page and enter in your information. It takes just 1 minute, not even, to complete your order. Click that button and you will be off and running. I'll drop the playbook in the mail. I'll drop the bonuses in the mail, and you will get instant online access to all of the training from the playbook and the bonuses, so you can start digging in right now. So if that sounds good to you, if you want to win more doubles matches, if you want to win more points at the net, get those easy overheads, get those easy volleys, then pick up a copy of the Doubles Playbook. I think you're going to be really happy you did. This stuff is awesome.